My lips are burning. Welcome to the kingdom, your majesties. I'm your host, Queen Ash, and on this channel, we help women, especially women of color, become quality kingdom queens through faith, femininity, beauty, and lifestyle excellence. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome, queens. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and press that bell notification so you will not miss our weekly queendom sessions. In today's video, I would like to review the new Fenty holiday collection that just launched. What we have today is a clean, fresh face, a fresh canvas for you guys to use as a reference for the holiday collection. So I just want all of my queens to know that none of the products that I'm going to show you today are sponsored. I think that gives for a very honest review. So I will give my complete and honest review on each product. From the packaging so far, I'm very impressed with the packaging. It's actually very beautiful. Let me go ahead and show you here what it looks like. It's very beautiful packaging. I love the flowers here. Just it's simply absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. And these are of course the Glossy Posse volume number 5. Okay, so we have that beautiful packaging there. These are the highlighters, of course. These are the baby wipes, the baby wipe highlighters. So I did purchase everything that was on the holiday list. Look at that beautiful packaging. It is so beautiful. Okay, and of course I did get the berry shades, the what do we call these? This is the actual case. So I did purchase a case for all of my berry shades here. But this one is the berry case right here. So if you notice here, this is like the berry case. It's very beautiful. I actually like this case. So this is the little berry case for the refillable lipsticks. So let's go ahead and get into the 3 lipsticks, the 3 berry shades. Since Crowd Surfer is in my hand, we're gonna go ahead and swatch this one first. So I'm gonna pull it out, and as you can tell, it's in this little refillable case right here. So this is Crowd Surfer again. You see that nice little berry shade right there. This is Crowd Surfer. All right. And now I'm going to go ahead and swatch Crowd Surfer on my lips. Oh, first let's do it on my hands first. Okay, so let's see how Crowd Surfer looks on a hand first. I'm going to do a little swatch here. Oh, it's nice and smooth and creamy. So that is what it looks like on my hand. That's Crowd Surfer. All right, it's a nice little berry shade. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and swatch it on my lips. It smells like, it seems as if it has a bit of a scent. It's not an unpleasant scent. What do you think about this look? Now, for my first review of Crowd Surfer, I would say that for me, it is a bit too, a little light for me. Initially going in, I really do feel as if it's a little bit too light, and I would kind of darken it a bit by using a deep berry shade liner to help step this up a notch. For example, I love Max Night Moth. I really love Max Night Moth lip liner. So I would probably line my lips with Night Moth. Other than that, the shade is not an unpleasant shade, But for me in particular, I love to line my lips. I love to give it some definition and some depth. And I think in order to do that, I would probably use a liner, a deeper liner on this particular lip. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments if Crowd Surfer is something that you would try on your lips. So Loudspeaker is the next shade. Let's go ahead and show you all Loudspeaker. Oh, this is really nice. It seems as if it's a bit lighter than Crowd Surfer, but let's go ahead and give it a swatch to see. Okay, so it's on the bottom here. Yes, this is definitely a brighter shade than Crowd Surfer. Crowd Surfer is here, and this is Loudspeaker. So it's definitely a brighter berry shade that we have here. So let's go ahead and swatch it on my lips. Okay, so this is Loudspeaker. Just kind of blend it in a little bit. And as you can tell, I'm only doing like 1-2 swatches max, and the pigmentation on these they're really good. The pigmentation is fairly good on each lipstick that I've used so far, so you don't have to swipe too much. Okay, so this is Loudspeaker. So tell me what you think about Loudspeaker. Now, I'm going to say that this is very bright. It is brighter than Crowd Surfer. So honestly, this is a really, really bright kind of pink berry shade. Now, I'm not offended or opposed to this particular shade, but it's not something I will naturally gravitate towards. I'm gonna be honest, if you've been watching all of my videos, you know that I am in love with red lips. So red is kind of the thing for me. I absolutely love red lips. All right, so I won't typically gravitate toward berries, but this is not a bad shade. And like I said, in order to darken this a little bit, because I typically don't go for a really, really bright lip, of course, unless it's a red shade. So I would kind of darken this a bit with Night Moth. So this is the shade. It doesn't look bad on my skin. And if you're my shade, you're getting like an actual, there's no makeup or anything like that on my face. So you're getting a natural and true swatch if you're my skin tone. So this is what it will look on your skin. So go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section if Loudspeaker is a shade that you would try. So everything is going so far. Going well so far, because my lips is not staining right now, which is really, really good, because I feel as if you can't get a really good accurate shade match if your lips, you know, if your lips are staining while you're putting on lipstick. But this is actually really good because my lips are not staining right now. And we have to try our last shade, of course, in the berry lipstick, and then we'll go ahead and get to the Glossy Posses. But this is the last shade, and the last shade we have here is Rowdy Roadie. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Now, this is my kind of shade, okay? I like deeper, darker shades. This is my kind of shade here, unless it's a bright red. All right, so this is my kind of shade. I'm liking the look of Rowdy Roadie. I mean, this is on the deeper berry side. It almost, in the light, it kind of looks like a brown, but it is a berry shade. So let's go ahead and swatch it on my hand. All right, yes, this is very dark, and I'm very into dark shades. So here we go. At the top, we have Crowd Surfer. Next to it, we have, I forgot what this one was. We have Loudspeaker, and now we have Rowdy Roadie. So you can tell the different shades on this. All right, and you obviously can tell that Rowdy Roadie is the deeper shade. So let's go ahead and swatch it on my lips. I love this shade. I love dark shades. Okay. Definitely. So this is how it looks on my skin tone. All right. So what do you think about Rowdy Roadie? Is this something that you would gravitate towards? I know that this is a definite yes for me. Now, in comparison to Loudspeaker and Crowd Surfer, Loudspeaker, it was actually very bright. It was brighter. No. Let's see. Loudspeaker, yes, I'm right. Loudspeaker was actually brighter than Crowd Surfer. So for me, out of Crowd Surfer and Loudspeaker, I will actually go for Crowd Surfer because it's a little bit more muted and it's not as bright as Loudspeaker. But other than that, Rowdy Roadie, that's definitely my jam. I would definitely wear this because I will typically gravitate towards a darker lipstick. If it's not red, I typically gravitate toward darker lipsticks or lipsticks that look as if they're a nice brown shade or something like that. But this is definitely something that I would wear. All right, and honestly, I really wouldn't need a liner for this. We are all done with the lipsticks. So now I am gonna go ahead and go to the Glossy Posse. And we're on to Glossy Posse, okay? So I'm gonna start, I took it out of this beautiful packaging right here. So we're gonna start with the Gloss Bomb and Fuchsia Flex. Oh, I'll get all my fingerprints on there. So this is what it looks like. It's really beautiful. I like how that looks. Let's go ahead and give it a swatch first before we get started. And I'm gonna kind of swatch this on top of Crowd Surfer, in a spot above Crowd Surfer on the back of my hand. So you see it right here. It's very bright and metallic. If I look at this a little bit closer, it kind of looks like Crowd Surfer, but in the gloss form. Or it could be similar to Loudspeaker here, but in a gloss form. So let's go ahead and let's place this on my lips. Let's go ahead and give an accurate swatch of it. All right. Kind of smell like medicine, like the medicine you take as a kid that you don't really like cough syrup medicine. Okay. All right, now this is not as bright as I thought it would be because it looked relatively bright on my hand, but when you place it onto the lips, it's pretty good. Actually, I really like this shade. It's really nice. Actually, I really like this shade. Honestly, I felt very afraid because I thought it was going to be extremely bright, but this is really beautiful. Honestly, I would definitely wear this. This is the type of shade that I'll go for. Now, I'm not really a gloss person. I love my lipsticks, but as a gloss, it's really nice and I would really wear this. This is my favorite so far. Out of all the shades, even Rowdy Roadie, this is my favorite so far because it looks really natural. It gives my lip a slight tint and it's not too much. It's not doing too much. It's absolutely gorgeous. And honestly, you don't even need a liner for it. It looks very beautiful on the skin. What do you guys think about Fuchsia Flex? Tell me what you think about this shade. Are we liking it? Let me know in the comments. Now this is the Fenty Glow Heat and the Gloss Bomb Heat. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a swatch next to the other shades, of course. Like, now this, I already know that I'm gonna need a liner with this. It's one of my typical nude shades. It's like a nude shade, which I'm not opposed to. It just depends on how I feel. Now, let's go ahead and look at it. I put it down below Rowdy Roadie. So it's right here. So this is your typical nude shade, of course. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this onto my lips. My lips are feeling kind of dry right now because I've been wiping them off, of course, with my water here, my cleansing water. So it's kind of dry, but we're gonna give it a shot. All right. Like I said, this is my nude shade. And of course, I'm never opposed to a nude shade, but of course I love red lips. So you'll rarely see me in a nude shade, but of course I would wear this because it is a nude shade. I would put on, of course, Nyma's chocolate chip liner, or I would wear Night Mauve, or I would use Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk and number 3, or I would use that, and of course, and I would put this heat balm onto my lips to have a nice softening glow. Okay, so I'm not opposed to this one. I know most of you probably would love this one too, and it's a heat balm, so of course you're getting that tingling heat feeling. It's not too distracting, and it's not something that would put me off, but this is how it looks onto my skin. It looks very natural. And that's the shade. Woo. Now the last one I'm about to show you all, of course, this is the last out of the trio of Glossy Posse. This is the shade Cupcaking. All right, this is the cream in Cupcaking. And we're gonna give it a swatch next to all of the others. I'm gonna put that beneath the last one. All right, so this is under the Gloss Bomb Heat, and this is Cupcaking. That's Cupcaking there. It's very light, of course, and we know that I'm not a big fan of light lipsticks, unless I have a liner, of course, but that is Cupcaking. Let's go ahead and take a swatch of it on my lips. Okay. So it's like a bubblegum pink here. It's not too bad. It's actually a really nice pink. So it's actually a really nice pink. Of course, I would definitely need a liner with this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I definitely will put on a liner to this. This is not something that I would just stroll out of the house wearing. And I'm just going to be honest and say that I'm not going to stroll out of the house wearing this. I will put a liner on this to jazz it up a little bit. So it is a pink that I wouldn't typically gravitate towards. But with the liner, you can practically make any lipstick look bomb. And I'm just going to be honest and say that. So here is Cupcaking. Let me know in the comments if you would buy Cupcaking. And now we're going on to our final little lipstick sets. Now the last lipstick or lippies in the holiday collection, we have the Fenty Icon series and the MVP and in Scholar System. All right, so MVP, I'm very excited about MVP. I don't own MVP. When it first came out, I never picked up MVP, but it is something that I wanted to try. So I'm very excited because, as you all know, that MVP is a red color. So let's go ahead and look at that. I'm so excited. Look at that red. Isn't it beautiful? So this is MVP. Let's go ahead and give it a swatch. I'm gonna swatch it on the side here. I'm trying to get everything onto my hands, you guys. Okay, look at that MVP right there. That's MVP right there. So let's go ahead and try MVP on the lips. I'm loving MVP. So I'm gonna give it a fair assessment like every other, but let's go ahead and do MVP. Stop smiling. Stop smiling, queen. That is a red. Let's get it all right. So, even though this is a bright red, I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for all reds. I am a sucker for all reds. My little sister actually hates red lips. I don't understand why. I don't know what's her deal, but she absolutely abhors red lips, and she doesn't think they look really nice on me, but I do. I always think a red lip looks nice on any woman, and this is MVP. How does MVP look on me? I love MVP. I love it. So the last shade here that we are going to do from the holiday collection, we're gonna do Scholar Sister. We're gonna do Scholar Sister. All right, and here is Scholar Sister right here. Now I'm gonna be honest and say this is not a shade that I would gravitate towards. All right, but we're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna swipe it right next to the MVP. All right, here we go. It's right here. It's looking a little bit like this one right here. I forgot what that shade was, but it's looking a bit like the gloss form of that one. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Let's go ahead and swatch. Hopefully that one don't spill. Like, you don't need to really swatch more than once with these. They're very pigmented. I will give it that. These are extremely pigmented. So much so that like it literally covers my my beauty marks on my lips. They're very pigmented. Now this is not really bad. Well, it's bad now because it's not lined, but if I put a liner on with this is definitely a shade that I can rock, but it's not a shade that I would rock by itself because it makes it seem as if I have ashy lips and I'm not the typical person to want to walk outside with ashy lips, but it's not a bad pink. It's actually a beautiful pink shade. Of course, if we just put a little liner on it, then of course it's gonna look beautiful. Now that's up to you. I know sometimes women, they don't have the time to sit here and line their lips. They just want to put on a lipstick and go. If you're that type of person and you're my shade, of course this shade is not going to look well for you. But if you have the extra time and you want to put on a liner before you put on this actual shade, then it will work for you. But if you're not that type of person and you're like, I don't have time for a liner, then if you're my skin tone, this shade won't be very flattering for you. So we're down to the blushes here. The blushes were in this beautiful little box. Like I said, the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. And the shades that we have here is Peony Dropper and Molly Booze. So Peony Joppa and Molly Booze. It's in this beautiful, look at that beautiful berry shade. Okay, so we're gonna open it up and give it a little swatch. Here we go, there's the shades right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, it's a bit creamy, a creamy consistency. So we're gonna go ahead and do some swatches. So that's Molly Booze right here. Molly Booze is underneath Cupcaking, and then we're gonna do Peony Joppa. All right, so here we have Molly Booze right here, and this is Peony Joppa, excuse me. So we have Molly Booze right here, and this is Peony Joppa. Now I can definitely tell Peony Joppa will not be dropping on my face, but we're gonna give it a try because some of you might actually like that. All right, so let's go ahead and swatch this on my cheeks. And this is Peony Joppa. Okay, maybe I might have, you know, did it some injustice in the beginning. Let me use my hand here, my finger here, and kind of, and then smooth it out a little bit. Oh, okay. I did a little disservice to Peony Joppa here. I mean, it's a really subtle pink. Okay. I guess it's because it's that nice and creamy consistency. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's kind of... Okay, all right. I see a little bit. All right, so it's not as... I mean, that was a shocker for me. I thought it was going to be extremely pink. But looks can be deceiving. It's not as bad as I thought it to be. It's actually pretty nice. Let's go ahead for Molly Booze. So I'm gonna take Molly Booze and kind of put it on the apples of my cheeks here. Okay. So Molly Booze is a bit more pigmented, and I'm gonna take my little angled brush. Okay. What do you think? Like, you can barely, it's barely there, but you can kind of see it on the side here. I like to usually take my blush up to the sides, but I'll keep it here for now. All right, so this is Molly Booze, and this is Peony Joppa. So on my skin, it's very soft and subtle, and honestly, I think that's a good thing because it's more natural when it's soft and subtle. I am completely surprised because I really thought that the Peony Joppa would be just very flashy and gaudy on my skin, but that's not the case. And I really like how it looks here. It's completely different with how it looks on my skin. And of course, I will have to try this with some foundation on, of course, because my face right now, I have absolutely nothing on my face, and I think it works for me because I actually get to see what it looks like on my actual skin tone. So we're down to the wire here. So I'm gonna try out of course, the kilowatts, the liquid kilowatts. Now we have two shades here. We have Hustler Baby and we have Sandy Peach. Yeah, we have Sandy Peach. So I'm gonna, since Sandy Peach is in my hand first, we're gonna go ahead and do a little swatch of Sandy Peach. Hopefully I don't get the liquid everywhere. but I'm going to do a little swatch of Sandy Peach. This is what it looks like on my hand here, on my finger. And I'm going to swipe it, on the side of my hand. And that's Sandy Peach right here. That is Sandy Peach right there. All right. And let's do it on this side right here because this is really bright. So I'm not sure how it's gonna look, but I'm gonna do it on my finger and I'm gonna tap it a little bit. Hopefully I don't have too much. And let's kind of tap that into the skin. I probably put too much, but that's okay. We're just playing around here. Okay. Oh, that's pretty pigmented. It's not too bad. It's pretty pigmented. Okay, it gives my skin a bit of a glow. Okay, so this is how it would look on the side of my skin, of course. Actually, it's not really bad. It's not bad at all. And it gives my skin a little dewy kind of look. Let's watch Hustler Baby. Oh, this is really, really, really light. I've never tried Hustler Baby, so this is Hustler Baby right here. All right, and let's go ahead and swatch Hustler Baby on the side. Let's see, right here. Oh, that one is like a really, really bright. Hustler Baby is seriously bright here. This is Hustler Baby. All right. And we're gonna take Hustler Baby and we're gonna give Hustler Baby a shot. Okay, maybe a little bit too much. Oh yes, girl, definitely. You put too much on that one, honey. Yes, queen, definitely too much. Yes, ma'am. But you can see it. Let's go ahead and let's try to go ahead and there we go. Blend it out, queen. Because I did put a little bit too much on. So let's go ahead and blend that out. Okay, all right. That is a bit better. I'll have to retry that. But this is Hustler Baby on the side. And then I think what was the other one? I'm sorry. I think Sandy Peach is more my style. But Hustler Baby is not bad as well. But I'm definitely understanding that Sandy Peach is more my style. But it's not bad. I don't think I would pair it with Peach Dropper. I will have to do a full makeup review in order to tell if both of them really, you know, complement each other. But here's Hustler Baby right here. So if I kind of do this, Hustler Baby actually looks really nice. So let me go ahead and put on my favorite lip, and then we're going to close out. So we're down to my favorite lip. So I'm gonna do, I don't think I'll do any justice if I do MVP, because that would be, I feel as if that would be cheating. So I'm gonna do Rowdy Roadie because I really like Rowdy Roadie. So I'm gonna line my lips with Rowdy Roadie. So let me go ahead. Oh my gosh. Did I crush it? Oh my gosh, I crushed it. Ah! I crushed it. All right, let's try it again. So I'm gonna line my lips with, instead of Night Mauve, because I did grab Night Mauve, let's do Chocolate Chip. So I'm gonna line my lips with Chocolate Chip. Now, chocolate chip is like a really beautiful deep brown. And then I'm gonna smudge it out a little bit. All right, and I'm gonna take Rowdy Roadie, which I crushed here. You guys, look at that, look at that. How in the world? Okay, so I'm gonna take Rowdy Roadie here. And that's it. I mean, and that's it. Chocolate chip and Rowdy Roadie, and this is how it looks. I didn't know if I want to use chocolate chip or night mauve, and I'm gonna use this with Scholar Sister. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this night mauve and line my lips. And I'm gonna kind of blur that out a little bit. And then I'm gonna take Scholar Sister and see how that would look against night mauve. Okay, and I gotta make sure I clean that dark shade off, night mauve off. All right, and there we go. There you have it. So if you didn't think Scholar Sister would look really, really nice on you, because it was a type of pink that I wouldn't actually gravitate towards, but this is how it would look with night mauve as a liner. And that is how I would typically rock this. Oh, let's try this other one I didn't quite like as well, cupcaking. Let's see how cupcaking would look on top of this. Alright, let's give that a... So, what do you guys think? Go ahead and give me your opinions in the comment section if this is something that you would rock, and what do you think about the Fenty holiday collection. So enjoy your day today, my queens, and have a majestic day. My queens.